Hello, welcome to the new video The Slime Princess by SWhoPG. Chapter 20. Those who fought behind the line. It was another busy day in the monster country of Tempest, the day that won't be forgotten by the residences. The day when human has crossed the line against the nature itself. Dozens of bodies were placed in row at the central plaza of the monster kingdom. This place has never been this crowded before. A wide variety monsters and humans helping each other out despite the circumstances. Serving food and other necessity for the injured. There's almost single to no hate against the humans that were helping out the refugees. Although some were giving them the stink eyes. They choose to ignore it for now, as their priorities is now to help as many as they can. A small blue slime can be seen bouncing around while handing out bottles containing the country's most potent healing potion. This is the only thing she can do as of now. Let the adults take care of this fight. It is not her time yet to take matters into her own hands. The thoughts of actually taking one's life made her shudders into her core. But in case things gets messy, she would be ready by then. Switching back into her human form, a blue long robe, knee-long black skirt accompanied by a black kodachi swaying on her hips. The journey of the Slime Princess has started, once again. The Slime Princess, have you ever thought to yourself, what does it feels like to be reborn? Most people would say it's stupid and there's nothing awaiting us after death, just empty endless void. Turns out it wasn't true at all. At least when I first woke up in this world, there's literally nothing, until that person showed me the light. Mom. The person who gave birth to me. She guides me and teaches me, along with her friends. I learned a lot of new stuff. Seeing their smiling faces every day always brought warm feeling in my chest. But now, that warmth is gone somewhere. Piles of dead bodies placed in a row in the middle of the once beautiful and prosperous monster country. That joy and happiness was taken away in an instant. Men, women, and children's. Nobody is safe. My eyes gazed toward a fox lycanthrope kneeling in front of a dead bodies, accompanied by several hobgoblins. I hope they'll have a better life, somewhere out there. I had been walking for quite a while by the time I looked ahead. I'm currently standing in front of Xian's corpse. Horn cut down and a slash on her chest. I sat down near her and curled up my legs. Xian. If this all never happened, would everything always stays the same? No answers. Sighed to myself for doing something stupid. I should stand up and be at least productive in this dire times. Maybe I should help Gobichi serving food to everyone. Standing up from the paved road, I walked near the food stand where Gobichi was working. As soon as I arrived there, I saw the sights of a big bulky hobgoblin wearing a straw hat cooking for non-stop. Anyone could notice that he was tired and he really need to use some rest. Gobichi noticed my presence and greeted me. Lila's-sama, it's such pleasure to see you in here. But as you can see, we're currently a bit busy. Let me help distributing the foods, An unexpected answer came out of my mouth. It made them stop cooking for a few seconds before Gobichi noticed that he almost overcooked the soup, and he quickly put the newly cooked soups into a container. Without asking any longer, I handed out my hand toward the container. Gobichi hesitates for a bit. He probably don't want to bother me. But I showed my smile, basically telling him that everything will be alright. And I just want to be here so I could help. Let her help Gobichi. I'm sure Lila's-sama will be a great help to us. Haru-chan. Haru-san spoke from behind Gobichi while holding an empty food container. Her soothing smile gives a sense of security to everyone who saw her smile, although there are some noticeable tear marks around her eyes. She was as calm as the wind right now. Gobichi sighed and finally gave the container to me. Wow, it didn't even feel that heavy. Was it because half of Mom's strength was inherited to me? Answer. Correct. You, great sage. I don't even want to talk about it anymore. Lila's-sama, this soup will be served in the plaza. Consider it done. Wait. Don't rush, you might spill the soup. Teehee. Alright, just few more steps and I'm finally in the plaza. The winds breezed through my hair as the sun rose up to the sky for once again. It's time to serve everyone their breakfast. I ringed this container using the soup spoon I brought. It's breakfast time, everyone. Noticing there's also few people behind me. Maybe 2 or 3, turned my head around to see 3 demi-human girls standing while holding several food trays. One of them is Foss. And the rest? A dragonoot, probably Auntie Milam's follower. And Bird. A harpy? Did I guess that correctly? We're here to help too. Lila's Sama. Yeah, Foss said with confidence, followed by the Dragonoid one. The harpy girl just stood silently wearing a bored expression, but from her eyes it is clear that she also wants to help. Wait, they're not alone. There's also a line of peoples waiting behind them along with more empty trays and extra soups. Thanks, turning my head back to the crowds of hungry and injured citizens. They seemed surprised to see me personally bringing the soup to them. I started pouring the soups into the empty tray brought by Foss and her colleagues. One by one was given to everyone in need. There's also Gobuman who keeps watching from the rooftops with his wolf. And in just few hours, all of those empty stomach has been filled with foods. But the same thing can't be said for their hearts. Deep inside I know that they're still in pain. They hide their pain with their smile. But we all know that pain of losing someone important will leave a devastating mark inside one's soul. Good job everyone. Now Lila's Sama, if you excuse us, we'll need to continue our patrols. Gobuman said to me. He left along with the goblin riders. I didn't realize this sooner, but it seems like the sun has hovered over the horizon. At this time of the day. It used to be my usual morning walk. Can't do that right now. Huh, what is another barrier? A beam of purple light shot up into the sky creating a dome, coming from the central plaza. Is it another attack? But why do my feelings keeps telephoning that it's fine? Everyone is currently in a panic state. Great Sag, answer. This anti-magic barrier was done by the individual Rimuru Tempest in an effort to hold souls of the dead. Mom made this barrier? Realizing the chaos that was almost unfold due to this sudden barrier coming out of nowhere, I quickly announced it to everyone. Everyone, we're all gonna die. Get the children's inside. Whoa. Hey, Lila's Sama, you should evacuate now. A hobgoblin's parts from the goblin riders that were supposed to guard the injured picked me up with their wolves. That's it. Screw this anti-magic barrier. I focused my hand upwards and channeled streams of magicules borrowed from Mom's mana. Black flame, burst of black and white fire came out from the palm of my hands. Quickly everyone who was in the state of panic stopped. Well, sorry, I had to inflict greater fear in order to silence you guys. I dissipated the flame and jumped down from the wolf. Now that I got all of your attentions, there's no need to panic. This barrier was set by Mom. Hearing this news, some sighed in relief and some are still in a state of shock. Maybe I did too much back there. Later, Gobuman and his goblin riders crew came to spread the news, although they are quite confused by the reaction of the citizens who didn't seem to care much. Oh, where am I? I'm currently spending my time helping Geld, who has just returned from the meetup picking up rubbles and debris from buildings. Unlike any other Tempestians who would have already rejected my offer since they don't want to trouble me, he's actually glad that I'm willing to help. Was it because he actually saw me differently, unlike others who would think that letting me help would stain my hands and thought that as the princess of this country everything has to be done for me? Lila's Sama, it seems like we've cleaned most of the debris obstructing the road. Looks like it. You should take a rest now. I will have to take my leave. I nodded. From far away I could see Mom and the others was walking into the central plaza. They all seemed already geared up. Was there something I missed? I waved my hand to her, which she replied by doing the same. She released her wings and flew closer here. Once she landed in front of me, her hand reached for my head. A head pat? It's been a while. Lila's, things are about to change from now on. No any other words came out after that as she suddenly hugged me. Geld decided it was time for him to leave. Swinging his axe onto his back, he walked toward the others. Clanking sounds could be heard as his heavy metallic armor parts collisioned against each other. After few minutes has passed since the hug, Mom reached for my ear and said, "I love you." Before backing away, she turned towards everyone who has been waiting for her. Meanwhile I only stood there, speechless. I feel a tug on my robe. It was a little Giblina. It's the little girl who spends time mostly with Geld. Don't worry, they're going to be okay. She gripped harder, so I decided to pick her up. You know what? Why don't we get a bite while we wait for them to come home? After all, we also have our own battle behind the front line. A little walk later, I met with Kaval-san and the rest along with Murmiles and his bodyguard. Gobbling up on plates of meats cooked by Gobichi. It seems like it's lunchtime already. I want to avoid the plaza as much as I can right now. Plus, I can't let this little goblina getting further traumatized from the scene. Gobichi-san. I called him and raised my hand. He noticed me and nodded. Seems like he already know our reason coming here. 2 plates of skewered meats has arrived for us. I picked the 2 and gave one to the little goblina. Here you go. She grabbed the plate. We sat above wooden crates and started eating our shares. While doing so, we also watched as others having small talks with each other while enjoying their own lunch. Looking up, I kinda wonders, how are they currently doing in the front? The barrier. It's gone. One of the citizens pointed upwards. The anti-monster barrier is gone. Does that mean they won? They've already defeated the evil country? Another ray of light comes from the plaza. Ray of pink and purple beams clashed against each other and created another dome barrier. But something about this barrier feels different. Instead of imprisoning us, it gives a sense of being protected. Like everyone inside is truly safe and nothing would be able to hurt us. Everyone was drawn toward the pillar of lights. As soon as they're done with their business, they stopped whatever they're doing and started approaching the plaza. The little goblina still didn't let go of my robe. So I picked her up again. Let's go.